Get ready to dive deep into Buffalo's vibrant music scene because we're stepping inside the fabulous Flamingo Lounge for the 8th season of local music magic. In the Flamingo Lounge with Rockabilly Greg is more than just a podcast. It's a collection of stories that delves deep into the vibrant musical history of Buffalo and Western New York, creating a living archive where each story adds a unique thread to the overall narrative. This season, we're taking a deep dive into the heart of the music community. Join us for personal conversations with musicians and industry pros where we celebrate the collective creativity that makes our favorite artists, venues, and events so special. But before we get started, I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors, CatsLikeUs.com, Diamond Hawk Golf Course and Pub, and valued supporter Buffalo Ironworks for helping to keep the music alive. Borderland Band Camp is a 3-day summer music program for middle school and high school teens with a big goal: to share the stage with professional musicians for 2 live performances, culminating in a spot on the Homespun Stage at Borderland Music Arts Festival. There's nothing more tantalizing to a musician than a chance at a big stage, and the Homespun Stage at Borderland Music Arts Festival is pretty dang big. This is a serious opportunity for young musicians to spread their wings. Last year's camp was a big success and was capped off by a well-received set at the Borderland Festival before a large crowd. This year, response to the camp has been more than enthusiastic, with nearly double the number of students, and badly needed scholarship funds were awarded to deserving students through the Sportsmen's Americana Music Foundation. I got to see and hear this year's group of campers perform, and they knocked it out of the park. I was so impressed. I asked Eric Crittenden of the Buffalo Music Club and Band Camp mentor to bring some of these future music stars to the Flamingo Lounge to get their story and reaction to being part of this experience. It is my pleasure to welcome to the Flamingo Lounge Marco, Gracie, Evelyn, Alex, and Crit. Welcome, guys.
What's up?
What's up?
Hello, hey.
I have been pumped to have this because I love talking to young folks, about music especially, but your enthusiasm and everything. And I hear so much, I'm an old guy, as you can probably figure out. And I always hear, oh man, there's no good music nowadays. I always say BS. I call shenanigans on that because I'm like, you're not looking in the right spot. And if you didn't see these guys play at the Homespun Stage on Sunday at Borderland, you need to next year because you guys were off the hook. It was great for young kids, especially some of you guys. I know, Marco, you just a year on the guitar?
Yes.
Wow. And you couldn't tell. It was great. I mean, you all just brought it. You had some great mentors. So with that, I'm going to start with Crit over here. Tell us a little bit about how the Borderland Band Camp started, who the mentors are with the whole program.
Right on. Well, I have a background in jazz and I'm a Pisces, so I do my best work impulsively. And so I was on the phone with David Clyde, co-founder of Buffalo Music Club one day. And, we were evolving from just doing virtual lessons. The pandemic was over. And so we're like sort of growing what our purpose is in this area. And so I was like, you know what, man? I want to do like a music camp, but I want it to be at like a major festival. Like that's what separates and just distinguishes the difference between sort of like recitals for your family and your neighbors, and you have to have a big aha sort of culminating purpose,
Right.
And I was like, well, what about I'm gonna call Jen Brazil of the Borderland Music and Arts Festival. And so I did, literally 5 minutes after I got off the phone with him. And actually I texted her, and it was a very simple thing. Hey, I want to do a music camp and I want to play at Borderland. Can we do this? And she's like, yes. That's how you know.
Right.
That's how you know it's going to be, that it's for real, that it has purpose, that it was meant to be, divine timing, yada, 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 right? She did not bat an eye at doing this. So then from there, it evolved to getting in collaboration and partnership with the Sportsmen's Americana Music Foundation. It was super gracious in donating that entire complex for what we wanted to do.
Right.
And in the first year, there was like 8 kids. We really had no rhyme or reason to like we were like, we're going to do this camp. And then we're like a week out and we're like, what are we going to do?
Right.
We had no clue. David will say that everything was organized and ready, but it was definitely not.
Right.
So Marco, you can speak to that. But and then this year it grew literally exponentially. And you know, these kids, I was one of these kids.
Mm-hmm.
Music, it's not just, it's part of our DNA, it's part of their DNA, I would argue. And it's not just something anybody can pick up an instrument and play an instrument,
right?
But not just anybody is available for music to play them, and that's who we cater to.
Okay,
you see what I'm saying?
Yep, I know exactly what you're saying.
So when we look in terms of like the teaching artists, we also need that kind of artist. That was that kid. It can't just be any music teacher, you know. Mm-hmm. So we've been really blessed with Buffalo is jam packed with these types of people.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Just everywhere you look, there are these super passionate, super dedicated people. So we had Alex Overton, who was our bass aficionado, Jacob J, who did all the horns, Joe Belanti from Oregon Fairchild. Yeah. You know, again, this is one of these divine timing situations. You know, they're one of the hottest jam bands in the country right now.
Right.
And I just randomly, literally days before the first session of the camp, because I may or may not have forgotten to procure all of the instructors. I didn't read the spreadsheet. We'll talk about that later. But I texted him. I was like, hey, man, are you available to do keys for this camp? And they were going to leave on tour on Thursday. So Monday through Wednesday was free.
Okay.
And he's like, I want to do it. So we had Joe Belani on keys. Of course, Damone the Miracle Jackson on the drums for the second time around.
Right.
And then Blaze, Mercedes, and Blaze and Confused. They came through and helped with vocals.
Yeah.
And then we got myself with all my chaos. And you had David with all his chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So... And Jeff Myers, who's also like the board president of the Sportsmen's Americana.
He's executive director.
Executive director.
Yep.
You know, what's in the title?
That's right.
Let's not split hairs. Yeah, but executive director. And
he's the guy that gets stuff done.
He gets stuff done.
I'm just on the board. We don't do anything. We just nod.
just say yes.
That's right. Yeah.
And get a quorum.
We need money for the Borderland Band Camp. Okay, yes. And
I
motion.
There it is.
Yep, there you go.
Exactly. Yep. So, and then as everybody knows, he's a prolific musician. He plays everything. He produces everything. And so he was also our guitar instructor. So I mean, you know, you couldn't get a better group of A-list Buffalo artists to help with these kids. I mean, everybody involved with the faculty and the organization of this program lives and sleeps and eats arts and especially for the youth. And then of course, I'd be remiss if I did not mention the glue of this whole thing in Kimberly Roberts Horning, who is literally the glue. Yeah. You know, all of anything we need, she organizes it and helps us get grounded because I am not. Right. And neither is David. And neither is anybody else.
Because we're all musicians,
man. We just want
to
get on stage and jam, man.
That's right.
That's what we want to do. And so
behind every great organization, there's a woman running it. So
definitely. What did Kev Mo said? Put a woman in charge.
Yeah, darn right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a great tune.
So, yeah. And for all those folks you mentioned, Alex is the only one who hasn't been here in the lounge. So we got to get him down here. So
got to get him.
Everybody's been here and telling their stories, and it's great. So.
And you know, the great thing about him too is he was one of my students early in my teaching career. Right. Cool. Buffalo Academy of Science.
Yeah. Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Which was great because now all these years later, right? Fast forward. And he's really immersed in the church scene, which, you know, depending on what side of Main Street, it's a whole other conversation. But often the two sides of Main Street, it's rare that everybody comes together, right? Mm-hmm. And so Alex does everything he can to write that, right. So he's got a great backline business. He plays all over the world. Like, you know, in various R&B and gospel things. And he's so humble. You would never know it.
Right.
Ever. you know, he's a dedicated father. And so he's just a great dude. So yeah, definitely. I look forward to that podcast.
Yeah. Cool. Well, guys, you're up now. I prepped you for the opening question. So Marco, I'm going to start with you. Okay. Did you have an aha moment when you said, man, music's what you got to do, what you want to do? And I'll just say, because it was mentioned on stage, you've been playing for a year, which I think is incredible. So
yes. So for me, music was something that I wanted to do earlier down in my life, probably when I was like 5, 6. So my dad was like the coordinator for our church.
Okay.
And so every single day I'm just hearing music. And then when we came here, like I didn't play at all till high school. And in the jazz band, the bassist left.
Okay.
So they were like, we need a bassist. And I was like, perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
So I got in, I started playing bass, and then like I just fell in love with it. And then Jacob J hit me up for the Borderland program. He was like, there's a Borderland program to do here. And I was like, oh, awesome. Let me check it out. I got in there and it just boosted, like everything that I love about music just went 10 times high. Like the people there, like the feeling of just like being around young cats and playing music with them, and then the OGs in the game giving you free game.
Right.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Evelyn, question for you now.
So a time I definitely like knew, okay, like music is something I really want to do, was probably because of 5th grade. I didn't really learn how to play because of COVID, like social distancing with instruments was pretty difficult. So I didn't really actually totally start learning till like 6th grade. And I joined the school jazz band, and I just remember like looking at the music, and it was like my first time seeing like 8th and 16th notes. And for anyone who doesn't know, that's like, I don't know, I would say like semi-fast notes. And I was like, I was very overwhelmed. I was like, there's no way I'm going to play this. Like, how does he expect us to play this? So then, like, I remember coming home and I'm like, Mom, like, look at this music. Like, can you, like, help me get some private lessons or something? So then I took a few lessons with Eric, and he, like, helped me, like, get to know a few notes better and, just, like, more tactics. And it was just, like, really opening moment when I, like, finally played it for the first time right in my band, like, in the jazz band. And because I was able to play it right, it definitely helped, like, a lot of other people. And so that was sort of a moment I was like, okay, this is, like, really something I could do if, like, I always work to improve myself if I can't do it the first time.
Yeah, that's now you don't just play, you sing too.
I do.
So you're multi-talented over there, girl. So.
I have, like, always loved singing from, like, my dad's music, which is like kind of old music, I would say. I still listen to it. I stole my dad's music taste. All of his songs are on my playlist. Yeah. So like I started singing those, and then I don't know, I'm really blessed to have a really good voice. So very happy.
So how would you describe those old tunes? I mean, what kind
okay, so from like a really young age, I really love the song Walking After Midnight by Patsy Cline, which is a really old song.
Yeah.
But I really love that song. And Son of a Preacher Man by Dusty Springfield.
Wow.
And then like even like Rolling Stones tunes. Like I don't know, I just really loved I remember vividly like listening to Thunderstruck by AC/DC on my way to pre-K every day. That's a pretty fond memory. I'm pulling up to pre-K, listening to Thunderstruck, you know.
Yeah. Cool.
So
it's awesome. So
yeah.
Alex, you're up.
I don't think there was ever like a specific moment until actually very recently. But like I've always been surrounded by music. My uncles, they're musicians in the Buffalo scene. So I think I've always kind of loved music. I never really got into it until like I started doing it in school.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I'm like going to a performance of one of theirs, or just any performance in general, I have like this ache. It's like I want to be on that stage and I want to be playing and I want to be doing this. Yeah. And it's just like I almost don't feel the option. That has to be what it is. There is no other option.
That's awesome. And again, you're a multi-instrumentalist. I saw you playing trumpet, French horn.
Yeah. I play bass.
Wow.
For my school jazz band, and I sing. I do a lot.
You got it all.
Yeah.
You got the package. I love it. So, and I love that you say it's in you. I mean, I've had some guests down here. I mean, Van Taylor, I asked him that question. He says, man, I felt it in the womb. It was born. I was born with it. It's like you just said, it ain't going nowhere, right?
Yeah. It's always
yeah.
been there. I mean, like, even like with my mom, who wasn't like always like hasn't really been like a musician type.
Right.
She loves music. That's like our favorite thing to do together is to listen to music. And so there's like, it's just music is a warm feeling, and being around other musicians is probably the best feeling that I can. It's not even describable. It's just. Wow. It's amazing.
That's great. Yeah, it's in your soul, right? It makes you whole. So, all right, Gracie. Last but not least.
Okay. For me, I mean, I don't know, because I was like kind of born into it. Didn't really have a choice.
Yeah. Gracie's Crit's daughter.
Like
so
as long as I can like remember, I've been surrounded by music festivals and just people singing all the time, every single day, no escaping it. I remember like just like waking up in the morning and there would be like a record on or something like that, like all this random stuff all the time, and I loved it. But like if I were to think of like a conscious, like when I was really conscious enough to understand that I really liked music and that I really wanted to do it, was it's funny. Okay, I was at sleepover with one of my dearest friends, Evelyn and Will, and we were watching School of Rock.
Oh, there, here you go.
And I looked at the bass player and I was like, oh my god, I want to be on that stage with them. And I know I don't technically like play bass necessarily right now, but yet. And I don't know. That's kind of when I was like, oh my god, I want to be in a band and I want to play music and I want to do all this fun stuff with my friends. And I've always loved singing ever since I was a little kid. Just recently, I found like an old lyric book filled with like these random lyrics that I was writing at like the age of like 9. And like, it's actually, okay, I remember I was in our old studio and we were getting ready for an upcoming show, and yeah, we were really young, like 9, and I
7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9 with Evelyn, Will, and me, and we were getting ready for a show, and
Will is Evelyn's brother, just for context.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. And we were in the studio, and I was like, I wrote a song and I was so excited. I was so utterly excited. And I remember like everybody was encouraging me to sing the song that I wrote, and I started singing it, and I was like, this is fun and I like to do it. And like I just remember sitting there and everybody started clapping along to my song, and I just felt very like, oh, maybe I can do this.
Yeah.
Like maybe this is it.
It's the roar of the grease paint and the smell of the crowd, right? Yeah.
Preach.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm so excited to hear that, which is why I was so excited to have you guys on. So I want to kind of get into Border Camp. So I know, Crit, you were up there kind of emceeing the stage there at Borderland and talking about how these guys, they just kind of got together and let's do it. There was like no pretense. I mean, they're like, let's get at it. They wrote some songs. Marco, I'll ask you because you were involved in the first one too. So did you see a difference between the 2 years? Did you, like, from a personal standpoint for your growth, or, what is it like in band camp?
Yeah. So one of the biggest difference, like right out the gate, was when I first came in and I started hearing Zeki playing Butterfly. And I was like, okay, this kid has been in the shed. And I was like, okay, so they're taking it very serious.
Right.
So yeah, that was like the main thing I seen there. And then the second surprise for me, well, the second big improvement I saw there was just like the many, like how willing the kids were like to listen to each other's idea and like go with it. Hey, we want to do this type of song. Let's write this type of song. And I was like, wow, this is beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that was very, very nice to see.
Now, how did all the mentors kind of fit in with, like, did they like tell you what to do? Did they just kind of like, yeah, that sounds cool. You might want to, you know, kind of like a producer in the studio, just you might want to tweak this or do something. Let me get the ladies' opinions on that.
So my mentor was Jacob, and he was like mentoring the horns, I would say. And the process was like freedom, but you definitely like learned while doing it. So like I felt really comfortable asking questions and getting like, maybe I'm forgetting the word, I don't know, like more help to become better. And I would say I was kind of nervous to join because I was nervous like maybe the songs would be too hard to like memorize, but I would definitely say that they pick a really perfect in between on the songs where when all together it sounds really good, but separately it's like really easy to learn, but it's still on the challenging level to memorize and get used to. So I definitely think it's a really perfect balance, and the freedom but also like learning ability you receive is like a really, really great, and you just have a whole lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, like they really train you to get ready for that stage. Like it's serious and it's not at the same time, because like when we first sat down, the first thing I remember, I don't know if this is exactly the words that my dad said, but he was like, "You guys are about to play at Borderland." And like, do you guys realize how crazy that is? Like, you're playing at Borderland.
Like, you're playing at a festival.
It's like you're playing at a music festival. A huge music festival. And like, it's just a crazy experience. And you don't really notice it at the time because you're like, oh, I'm just doing this fun little camp. But like, it's the work that we're doing is like really awesome. Like we're doing like crazy things, and it's hard to realize it.
It's like the work of professional musicians.
Yes,
definitely.
Yes, and it was so much fun. And going back to last year, I wasn't involved with it last year, but I just remember like at the dress rehearsal, seeing everybody up there. Everybody was having like such a fun time. Like you could realize that they were really happy. Everybody was really happy, and like they were happy to be up there. They were relaxed. Like nobody was like super duper nervous from what I could tell, at least. And like when I was up there this year, I was like, I literally feel like I'm at band practice right now. Yeah. Like this is like, I feel like nothing has changed because we practice and practice and practice. And like, it's just an awesome experience. One of my mentors was Blaze. They were an amazing mentor for me. Like, it's hard to explain kind of what we did, but like I know what we did at the same time. Yeah. Like the first thing we did was we got in a studio and we kind of gathered ourselves with Zenny, and I love you, Zenny. I don't know where you are right now, but you're awesome. And like we kind of sat down and we just collaborated with all of our ideas, and we just started harmonizing to like random songs that we all knew. And it was just kind of like just an amazing kind of moment where I was like, I didn't realize that people can make this kind of connection with music. And it was amazing. And then I got assigned to my first cover, and I like fit in with everybody right away.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
That was a lot of words.
Yeah, you got there.
I think it made sense.
You got there. Yeah. No, that's
Alex, cool. What about you? You did both camps. Did you notice do you notice a difference? What was the vibe?
I remember being like super nervous because I'm not like too big on people in general. Like I'm not a very people person. Yeah. But like I just like as soon as I walked in this past time, it was so different compared to the first time. Everybody was like the first year, everybody was kind of like spread out, was kind of like just like kind of trying to settle into the space. And immediately when I walked in, I noticed that everybody was kind of already like talking and already were like collaborating on what they wanted to do or just like getting to know each other. And I mean, such a huge part of being a musician is collaboration. It's not just, oh, it's just me. It's me and all these people, and not just me and these people, but it's all of us together.
Right.
And it's like there's like a beautiful like blend, almost, kind of like you get to notice how everybody kind of not necessarily like has their place, but it's just like you find your people.
Right.
And as soon as like we walked in, it was like you find your person, you find the people that you're around, and that it makes sense to be with them.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, this is nice.
Yeah.
This is like way different from last year.
Yeah.
And because like I remember being like, oh my god, like this is a new thing for me. Like, ooh, I'm scared. But now I walk in and I'm like, what was I scared about? Like,
Right.
I do this every day with people that I know. I don't know why it's so difficult to do it with people I don't.
Instant family, right?
Yeah,
Definitely.
instantaneous.
Totally.
As soon as you walk in, it's like walking into like a family reunion.
Yeah,
Yes.
everybody shares like the same interest, and everybody's there for music. So it just like it's a really easy way to connect with people. And I definitely made a lot of friends, including Alex. So I would definitely agree. It's a really great experience.
Yeah.
And I'll share with you a little full circle moment. I met Blaze by being a teaching artist for a music arts summer camp that was taking place at Buff State.
Okay.
And Blaze was like 12.
Okay.
And Declan was like 11 or 12. And Blaze is doing everything they are doing now. And of course, Declan is now playing with SZA and Kendrick and like all these people. But he's playing bass because of that camp that was with Blaze.
Wow. Yeah.
He was a guitarist, and I sort of exercised my musical godfather
There you go.
strength and was like, every rock and roll camp, there's a million guitarists.
Right.
Nice.
Like, dude, you're playing bass.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the family is formed. It just keeps going like a Rolling
Yeah.
Stone. So,
And I know, and Blaze, they told me when they were on the show that you gave the name Blazed and Confused. I'm like, where'd that come from? She said, oh, Crit says, man, Blazed and Confused. I'm like, bam, there it is.
yep.
So just so you know, Blaze actually recorded a couple tunes down here in the lounge, which was pretty cool.
Oh,
Yes, I see.
I didn't know
So
that.
they are online for everybody who wants to listen to them with Nickel City B-sides. My good friends Brittany and Michael, and did some great videos down here with Blaze and Oscar was on guitar.
Yep.
With them, so it was great. So I kind of want to ask, because I know I've performed, and when you get up on stage, you're like, at least when you're in front of lights, you can't see anybody. So it's like, okay, so you just do your thing.
gosh.
Especially
man,
at the Cape.
When you're on Borderland, there are no lights. You see everybody out there. I mean, that's got to be, and for young folks, you're like, holy moly, man, there's some people out here watching.
Yeah.
And there's some dude, in the front walking up and down taking pictures of everybody.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And then the parents on the side. You're
Yeah.
like, you're doing so good.
So
I'm calling you out, Kim.
I mean, that's got to be kind of a freaky experience to be up there and people are taking pictures and they're looking at you and they're cheering on, and because there was a big crowd. I mean,
Yeah. I would say it's funny. I only get nervous like 5 minutes before I go on, and it's more of just like, I don't know, what if I trip? It's not even like, oh, what if I don't have
even
the
my
note?
musical ability.
If,
Just
like, worst
what if I
case-
make a fool of
yeah,
myself
exactly.
on
Worst
stage?
case scenario. Well, worst case scenario, I don't hit the note. Like, nobody is gonna like tease me about it after,
No,
and it's
right.
just, it's like even seeing the crowd, and honestly, it kind of helps me seeing the crowd because I can see people's reactions. So like, oh, like Gracie just hit this really high, awesome note. She belted it. Like, they have cool reactions, and so then that like makes me want to keep going. And
Yeah.
so I've kind of gotten used to it, but it could definitely be intimidating for like new people, but it's definitely a really positive experience.
That's infectious, isn't it? When when you see the energy, when you feel
Oh
the
yeah,
energy,
the
you're
energy
like,
really just reflects off you.
Yeah. For me, I think it was slightly different because me and Evelyn have already had so much like experience with being on stage, but like you definitely can feel it. And like for me I was like just really focused on like looking for the people who I know in the crowd and seeing like all these people are here to support me. They're not here to judge me. Like they're here.
Well said.
They're
Yep.
here for me. And like seeing all my friends in the crowd, seeing some of my bandmates, like just seeing those people, it like made me feel like I was just like talking to them like in a crowd. I don't really, I get nervous, especially for big shows, and Borderland was definitely a big show.
Mhm.
I definitely did got nervous. I don't know if that made sense.
Well, you used it.
I definitely,
Yeah. You
I
used it.
definitely did get nervous. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like once you get up there and you're a couple measures into the song, you're like, okay, I'm fine.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely, definitely agree. It like goes away right as you
Yeah.
start.
Once
Right.
you're in it,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
good.
It's kind of funny because I have a history of falling a lot during shows. I fall all the time, or I like trip, like not fully fall, but like I trip a lot.
For no reason.
So yeah, for no reason.
It's insane. I've never seen
and-
anything like.
Like I don't even know how, but I'll just be standing. So it's like honestly, it's not awkward for me anymore.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that-
great.
Yeah,
So
that was a random fact.
now, were you coached on any of this kind of stuff? Did the coaches kind of bring up the stage and like presence or whatever, and just be yourself? And
I didn't really get a whole
for
lot of,
me?
like
Yeah.
coaching on stage presence. It's just kind of a natural thing that you have
Right.
to you have to know, you have to
I
feel it.
definitely agree. Like, not everybody is born with it, but
Yeah.
once you get up on stage and you play, I really do feel like the nervousness goes away after like the first 5 seconds of a song, because
Yes.
you're like, this is what I practiced for. I'm
Uh-huh.
so ready to do this. I really think it just like goes away right as you start.
yeah,
Yes, you can tell when a singer or like literally anybody on stage really loves the song
Yeah.
that
Yep.
they're playing and doing, like, because you'll see the stage presence and how much they come alive. Like, I know for me, my song was I Will Survive, the cover by Cake. Like, once I was doing that song, I was like, okay, I'm having a lot of fun right now. And like, I don't know, it's just like you feel a spark and it's like, ooh, I like this song and I get to sing it in front of people and show
Yeah.
off that I like it. It's like, yeah.
yeah.
What are your
I get
thoughts?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marco,
Yeah.
what's your? I mean, you're new.
Yeah, I feel
you're
like
new
we've
to the
been
game,
we've
so
been talking
Yeah,
about
I've
it
been
a lot.
yapping a
What
whole
about
lot
you?
over
no, it's
I'm sorry you didn't
Yeah.
order a cappuccino.
Yeah.
calm down there in the back. So
Yeah, so for me, I think what helped a lot every single show, well, it comes from like the church experience.
Mhm.
So before jazz and all of that, church, I was just playing in church, not knowing what you're doing, but
Mhm.
people just allowing you to play.
right,
And then Jacob J kind of like took me under his wing, and he takes me, I play gigs with him a whole
Right.
bunch of times.
okay,
And that was like when he came to Borderland and how we had that first show at the cave, that one really like set you up for that big moments
right,
Yeah.
like those.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think that nervousness is always gonna kind of be there,
yeah.
but sometimes you gotta use it as excitement in the
Mhm.
moment. That
Yeah.
will really
I was going to say, do you think the nervousness is good though, because you're not going
It's
to
an
get a little
ally.
too cocky?
It's an ally. Anybody that I teach, and even including myself, you have to use it as an ally,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's there to help you, not hurt you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep. Oh, I
So,
know.
and it's a very natural way to feel. But again, all of these artists, these young artists, they want to be there.
Yeah.
They may not know it at the same degree as the student next to them knows it,
Mm-hmm.
but you can see this sort of birth happen, right?
Yeah.
And we all know it as adults and as educators.
Mm-hmm.
We know it's going to happen. We know that the spark is going to be lit. And, you really saw it this year in particular, like you mentioned with Zeki, the woodshedding that Zeki had been doing, the woodshedding that you were doing. I mean, the growth on bass was insane. But Archie didn't want to take any solos. And in an hour, not only was he taking solos, but he was like Jerry Lee Lewis up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was insane. Like
Yeah.
how it just happened.
Yeah.
Joey is another one who is fairly reserved, but he is always all county, always all state, like percussionist, you know, but he's just very, very humble and kind of wanted to just stays in back.
Yeah.
And again, that didn't happen. Like he gave, you know, we saw the star be born. Right. At that moment, using the strengths of percussion, using the strengths. So this all happens. Alex is super stoic. Alex, you know, like Alex, I would have never thought that you could play French horn on a funk tune before. I'd be like, as a matter of fact, I told Benny when Benny's mother asked me about French horn, I was like, tell Benny to leave that joint at home. Yeah, because there's no room for French horn and funk music. But little did I know, Alex was like, yeah, but what about this French horn, playa? And then this one, right? Oh, and so, and then, you know, Alex did away with that rumor real quick, you know, and so it's really cool watching it happen.
Right.
I want to add one thing about like when you feel nervous when you get on stage. I've kept this quote with me for about 2 years now. My swim coach, he always told me that fear is your friend that you always don't want there, but he's always going to be there. And you always, like, you've got to accept that he's here, but you also have to set boundaries with him.
Right. Fear is definitely your friend.
Yeah.
Fear is your friend.
Yeah.
Well, that you hate.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I saw you guys killing it. And because I remember the first time I sing with a buddy of mine and we do like a folk duo thing. And we opened for Bobby LaBelle at Sportsmen's and we were so nervous. Well, if you tell me you're going on at 7, I want to go on at 7. It was like a half an hour later and we were just pacing. We were horrible. We were so bad. We were so nervous. Bobby, they taped it. He was going to make some audition tapes with it. He says, I got news for you. I can't do anything with this. We can't even overdub this. We just got to start over. And that nervousness. And we got over that, obviously. We played there again. But for you guys at your age to just get up there and kill it, man, I'm like, this. I was just, I don't know if you saw me. I was grinning from ear to ear because I just thought it was the greatest thing. And that's when I reached out to Kurt right after. I said, man, we got to get these guys on the podcast.
I would contend, just to put a cap on that, I would contend that the day that you don't feel nervous is the day that your career is over.
Right.
You know, I've played in front of 40,000 people. I've played in front of 4 people, and nothing is more nerve-wracking than playing Christmas carols for like your mom and the dog. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I will literally be I'll have an existential crisis,
right?
Like before I do that. But thousands of people, no problem. But the nerves, as long as I've been doing this for 30 odd years at this point,
right?
And I'm always nervous. To some degree, right? But I can trust in myself, and they already know. See, they're already...
It never goes away.
As soon as you start playing, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you start playing, it's just what it is.
Do it like we did at the cave, right?
That's it. Yeah.
I definitely appreciate being able to like share my views because I can't really just get asked questions on a normal basis and just be able to answer them in this depth. So I really appreciate being able to come on this podcast today. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Right on.
I agree. Like,
so with all that said, what's the meaning of life? Go ahead. Just...
Music.
Music.
All right.
Yeah.
Winner.
Okay. So I would like to say, like, adding on to Evelyn's point, Yeah,
that's Evelyn.
That's Evelyn.
Thanks.
Sorry. I would love to, like, it's a crazy experience being here. I think I'm the youngest in the room right now, which kind of freaks me out because it's like, I never thought I would be 13 and, like, doing a podcast and playing on stage, like, at the Kaz, doing all this crazy stuff at Borderland? Like, what do you mean? If I think back to when I was about 9 years old, in that studio, and we're all singing Long Way to the Top If You Want to Rock and Roll. I never thought this would happen.
I definitely never thought music just gets you through, like, a lot of huge opportunities, and I've met so many friends. it's like my grandparents come to my band concerts, so that helps me get closer with them. It's just like cool talent. Like there's just so much that comes attached to music.
Yeah.
So it's just really great opportunities.
Well, there's that column on your bingo card, right? That's always blank because you have no idea what's going to be on there.
Yeah.
And for me, I mean, I started this podcast 3.5 years ago at like 57 years old, right? Who knew I'd be doing a podcast at this time of my life? It happened. It was one of those things. Jesse Galante said, "Hey, you should do a podcast." I'm like, "Okay." And here we are, and
you never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
And
as soon as you stop trying,
I didn't.
Divine timing, man. I'm telling you.
I didn't perform when I was in high school. I was scared out of my mind. I had an older brother, God bless his soul, who used to pick on me for singing because I was always singing and dancing around the house, humming. And it's like, no, you didn't, dudes didn't do that. And even though he liked Bruce Springsteen and Bob Seger, so that never made sense to me. But, it took a little later in life, and I got up on stage, and it's like, yeah, this is all right, and here you go, and you're never too old, and for you guys to be able to experience this at this time in your life, I think is absolutely fantastic. Yeah. But before I forget, I want to, Crit, who are the other folks, the other students that were? Let's give those guys a nice shout out. And
great idea.
Because there will be, for everybody who follows along at rockabillygreg.com, there's going to be a really nice flip book with pictures of everybody from the day, and so you can check them out. And all
right, so big shout out to Spoonful of Mashed Potatoes crew. So that was
there you go.
That was
that. Yeah.
Stomp in the house. Stomp's gonna be the biggest band out of Buffalo. I'm telling you right now. Like that one song alone, like to Alex's point. When we started, you find your people, and we literally said, "Find your people," and all the adults sort of just walked away and faded into the black, right? And Spoonful of Mashed Potatoes was born in about 30 seconds, right?
Oh yeah,
it was crazy how that happened. So we got my man Andrew, we got Leela on the drums, we got Danielle on guitar, we have Archie on the keys. Who am I forgetting? Graham on guitar.
Yeah.
We got Graham on guitar.
And Danielle.
And Danielle. I mentioned Danielle. We got Danielle.
I don't get it.
And when my dad says like the adults like stepped into the black, he's being literal.
Yeah,
because
they literally
black in there. Yeah.
It's once you get on stage, you can't see anything.
No, it's called the
black.
cave for a reason.
Yeah.
There
It's
are
called
no
the cave for a
windows.
reason.
Yeah,
But so, and then we had Co and Co, so that's Co Resnick, Olden, and Joel, who had never played with people before, right? He just played in his basement.
Right.
On drums, we had Joey. We had Joey that was on bells and the mallets and assorted percussion and flute, right? As it were.
Yeah.
Let's see, Olden. Oh, we had Zenny, of course, right?
Yeah.
Zenny is, Zenny's going to be
she's a rock star.
She's going to be a star.
Yeah.
Whenever I look at Zenny, it makes me think of what like Lady Gaga would have been like as a teenager.
Yeah.
Am I lying? Like,
No.
I kind of feel like that vibe, right? Madonna, less the hijinks, of course. Let's not completely follow the track of Madonna.
That's right.
All right, so Zenny's mom, if you're listening, we're not going to go that way. All right, we're not going that way.
Right.
What are you talking?
Benny and the Jets. We got Benny on trumpet and bass. We got Boom Boom Mancini, James, right? Who's an OG. Benny's an OG from last year, right? Working with Marco. And speaking of OGs, we got Zeki. Right, Zeki on the keys.
Okay,
right.
Yeah,
we got Zechariah who plays trumpet. Help me out here, guys. Who am I missing?
Pull up the spreadsheet, Crit. Come on, man. Everyone went to a lot of trouble to put that spreadsheet together.
That's Zach.
Oh, the spreadsheet.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you off air what you can do with that spreadsheet.
Right. Well,
I'm good.
Well, and I was just given a note to mention that there's going to be a fundraiser for Band Camp in March.
Yes.
So why don't we give it a little more details about that before we
the
date
run out of time. The date's not official yet, right? Is it?
March 8th.
March 8th. It is March 8th.
Okay.
Yeah, at the Sportsmen's this year, which is like
nice.
fantastic.
Okay.
You know. Did I say Leela? Leela on drums for Spoonful of Mashed Potato. We got Olin. Let's see, Benny. I see. I mentioned that. Let me see. Who else am I missing? I'm pretty sure I got everybody. That's not in this room anyways right now.
Right.
Yes.
Let's see. I mentioned Danielle. I got Zenny. Yep. I mentioned the teachers. And listen, while we're throwing the love out here, let's give it up for the Hall family.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean,
Amen.
like not only for another phone call that was a very easy, very fast phone call. Yeah, no problem. Right. But everything, I don't think people understand what the Hall family does for the entire greater Buffalo Niagara scene.
Yeah.
And they're really quiet about it. They just do.
Right.
They don't talk.
Yeah.
And I just cannot be more appreciative to Jason and Dwayne and James and Jeff and Mrs. Hall. I can't think of her name right now. Yeah. But the entire Hall family for what they've done for me personally, for what they've done for these kids, right? What they continue to do for me and these kids in our city. A huge thank you to you guys. A huge bit of gratitude. Thank you so much. And of course, a huge gratitude to Jennifer Brazil and the entire staff at Borderland. You know, Gracie V putting up with us in the last minute, you know, for there's artist relations, and then there's 18 teenagers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like seriously, and then of course Josh, everything they're doing at 26 Productions. I mean, again, it's when you're behind the scenes like that, it's largely a thankless position, right?
Right.
And so they need to hear and feel the gratitude, not only from me, but in the DNA of our entire city. Thank you so much for everything that you all do for us and everybody else. So
yeah, it definitely takes a village, and we definitely have it here, and that's why I do this podcast.
And thank you, Mofo.
Yeah,
you know, I promised my mom I wouldn't cuss. So. As the margaritas flowed last time,
that's right.
My edit button just kind of went off. So today we're just on the coffee. So you know, we're chilling. We're chilling today, Marco. We're chilling today.
We're super hyped up. No, that's. I'm glad you gave a shout out to all those folks, because there is so many folks, and you know, for everyone who's on the stage and doing their thing, there's so many people behind the scenes making the sound guy. Let's give the sound guy a good.
Oh God, the sound guy, and listen, last but not least, the parents.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the parents, they just like drop their kids off for 5 hours a day.
Yeah.
Peace. The amount of trust. I mean, that is such a heart filler.
Yeah.
That they trust us enough to just leave their kids with us for 15 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, without knowing us from a bag of chips, really.
Right.
It's a very humbling experience,
right.
And I'm really grateful for all of you parents.
Yeah. So, and we kind of glossed over a little bit, but the actual band camp. So that happened at the cave. It was 3 days, and everyone went there. And what'd you do? I mean, and I know because you wrote an original song there too, right?
Everybody wrote an original song. That was crazy. Well, so that didn't happen
not the horn group.
Well, not
the horn
group was the only
the
one.
horn group doesn't really have
Not me.
singers exactly, and we didn't really have a lot of horns this year. So hoping for more next year.
Guys,
Alex, definitely, I'm going to mark it right now so I can't go back on it. But Alex definitely on bass next year because, you know, Alex would come in, and Alex is super stoic, right? So Alex would come in, take that bass out, and just be in the cut somewhere in the shadows and just be like,
as all bass
playing bass,
right?
And I'd be like, grab your horn. So poor Alex never got a chance to play bass this year, but next year it's gonna happen.
Or sing. I really wanted to sing this year too.
Oh, you trying to sing too?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm trying to get deep into it. I'm trying to do everything.
Deep into it. Yeah.
Future Alex.
I heard Marco's gonna rap.
No.
No.
I tried.
To future Alex, if you don't sing next year, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
Not the disappointed. That's a parent's job.
Yeah. I was gonna say. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But to answer your question quickly is, you know, they have that whole complex there, and they have the big studio and whatever. So once they had their groups and they figured out what they wanted to do, you never know. It's clay, so you never know what's going to happen. The first year was just eight kids, so it was just kind of just wrangling just those 8.
Mm-hmm.
But because it was so much bigger and we had each sort of group create their own band,
Mm-hmm.
it was like, what do you guys want to do? I was like, ideally you guys write one song and then learn a cover. And I sort of put it out there in the universe, but they sort of did with it what they wanted to do. At first Zenny wasn't quite sure what she wanted to do, and then it just came to her. She wanted to she was feeling the groove that Co & Co was making, and literally sat in a little room and wrote lyrics to that song over the course of a couple hours.
Wow.
Spoonful of mashed potatoes, that took on a life of its own.
Mm-hmm.
And that just became this giant Velvet Underground-esque vibe. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
What I wouldn't give for a
spoonful
spoonful
of
of
mashed
mashed
potatoes.
potatoes.
Oh my gosh,
man.
it was just like
I think
Zenny's-
Andrew just needs his own podcast. Like,
Yeah.
Spoonful of mashed potatoes.
That's like a Zappa-esque cat.
He should
he's
read,
got
like-
his own.
Yeah.
He should read audiobooks.
Yeah,
Like-
he's great.
I feel like that's kind of what I was talking about earlier with the freedom. You just had like so much freedom, so you could be like, hey, like, because the horn I played in, I sang and did the horn, so I was like, hey, like, I feel confident on this song, but like the other one I'm not like feeling too confident on. I think I'm gonna go work with them right now, and then I'll come back in like 10 minutes just to like check with them or something.
Mhm.
And so you definitely get a lot of freedom to make sure you feel ready before
Yeah.
you go on. And like even all the covers, they sound good, and all the teachers really help you like prepare the covers really well. Like me and Alex, while Zenny was performing her not cover, I meant originals. But they really help you perform your originals and get them prepared. But like when Zenny was performing her original, me and Alex were sitting backstage and we were like, what I would give to have this released. I would totally add this
I
to
would
my
add this to
playlist.
my
Like,
playlist,
it was,
like, I
it was
need
so
this.
it was so good, and I would totally add that to my playlist because it was just I still remember it. It was just really it was really great.
Like,
So yeah, that's a really fantastic aspect.
I mean, I had like a 10,000 Maniacs vibe.
Yeah.
It was funny because like at the fundraiser, John Lombardo was sitting at the end of the bar,
Mhm.
and I had always had in my mind like, yo, she's got like a totally merchant thing going on, her
Mhm.
own way, right?
Right.
Her own thing, but it's just what it reminded me of. And then I look up, and then there's John Lombardo. So there's nothing is an accident
Right.
when it comes to these kids.
Mhm.
So the short answer to your question is, we know that we're providing a structureless structure.
Mhm.
We are guides on the side, right? When
Right.
we have to step in, and it's never for discipline, it's
Mhm.
just to lend our artistic expertise,
Right.
we will,
Mhm.
right? But they already have it. We know they already have it.
Mhm.
They just might not know that they have it.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But they're there for a reason.
Mhm.
And that is the reason. So we just give them the ranch to run in,
Mhm.
and we let them run. And you
Right.
saw what happened. So,
Right.
and that's Borderland Band Camp. It's going
Yeah.
to be, it'll be probably going to have to go to 2 places next year, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge.
We'll have to
And-
start working on that.
We got to start working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zenny killed her cover too.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Was it The Cure? Shell Shock.
Yeah, it was yeah.
Like once again, that's the thing that like I
Yes.
need
Need
to have like
a cover of
professionally
Zenny's
recorded
song. Yeah.
cover
Yes,
of that song. And I needed one of
I
those.
had a lot of fun. I think I loved I Will Survive, but I also did love Where Is My Mind. I did Where Is My Mind by the Pixies. That was a really fun one because I had Evelyn with me.
But start that song. It'll be a great way to end the podcast.
Oh,
Start
I don't
it.
have the rights for that song, so you can't put that on. Or
Not
is that
even-
that's an
not
original?
Even, not even 5 seconds of it?
I don't know. What am I allowed to do? Yeah, okay.
A couple
All
seconds,
right,
you'll be
yeah.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm an entertainment lawyer.
Oh,
You
okay,
didn't know
there
this?
I did not know that.
You didn't know this? Yeah, yeah.
No. Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
So you do the ooh and then stop, and then we'll end it there.
Okay.
All right, go
Right
ahead.
now?
Yeah, do
Okay.
it.
Okay, ready? Wait, am I doing it?
You all are doing it.
Oh, okay, so
All
it's-
right. No, you got it. Okay.
Wait, match my note. Stop. Yeah, that's what
Here
it
we
is.
go.
Okay.
Right.
1, 2, ready, go.
Stop.
There you go. Love it. Well, Before we go though,
There you are.
we gave out some scholarships.
Right as we
So how can people go
Right
about?
as we end.
So some folks out there listening who haven't been part of band camp and are like, I don't have quite enough scratch to do it, but how can they get a scholarship to get into the program?
We've streamlined the process. It's literally email us.
Okay.
Right. And we ask a couple questions.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We ask a couple questions, and it's very short.
Right.
And that's where the Sportsmen's Americana Music Foundation comes in, because Buffalo Music Club is very much for profit.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so teaming up with the Americana Music Foundation, anytime somebody wants to donate, and the fundraiser that we did last spring was huge, because we offered how many scholarships? Like, we offered a ton of scholarships, right? Some of them were whole, some of them were partial.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean?
Yep.
We'd love it to be free for everybody. It's not real life, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So they can go to the Sportsmen's Americana Music Foundation socials and our website, and they can donate through the PayPal button there, and they can allocate their funds specifically for Borderland Band Camp. And on that tip, 26 Shirts did a specific shirt for funding specifically for this camp.
Oh, no kidding.
That was for sale in the main merchandise area at Borderland Band Camp. It sold out the first night.
Oh, well, no wonder I didn't get one.
Yeah.
Dang.
We were
So
thinking back to that fundraiser this spring? Is
Last
it
year.
last spring?
Oh.
Yeah, last.
Well, yeah, it was this year.
Well, it's this year, but
This
anyway,
past
it's
This
not
past spring.
March. What was I gonna say?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Wait. Oh wait. Oh yeah, we were at. Sorry, we were at. Stop laughing at
That's
me. We were
That's right.
at full capacity for our fundraiser.
Actually, I think we went.
We were over.
the
We
person
were at
limit.
like
we were
over that.
200,
probably
200 people, like in the cave.
that's great.
We moved to the Sportsman's.
Yeah.
We couldn't do any of the raffle things because there was no room.
Right.
Which is a good problem to have.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, we are at the top of the hour, guys.
All right.
And we've had way too much fun. And we'll have you guys back. You're future stars.
Oh,
That's
thank
it.
you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I'd love
Oh,
to
yeah.
come back.
I
We'll be
really
back.
Yeah.
appreciate that.
So we'll see where y'all are next year at this time.
I'd
you
love
know?
that.
Yeah. I think that's cool because I've had a bunch of young folks here, and one of my goals with the podcast is to bring people back in maybe a year or two, even 5 years down the road, see where they are. And because I can see, man, everybody who's been on here, especially all the younger musicians, they're killing it.
They're killing
Just
it.
killing it. Yeah.
And as a parent, I'll just say really quick, like as a parent, talk about bingo cards.
Yeah.
Balancing my daughter's gig and rehearsal schedule before high school was absolutely not on my bingo card.
Right.
And what a beautiful problem to have.
Yep.
Is surreal. It's very surreal, but it's wonderfully surreal.
Right. Well, band campers, do you have any last word that you want to leave with everybody before we sign off?
Well, thank you for this great opportunity. For having an old fella like me come to.
Yeah.
But no, I really appreciate this. Thank you, Brother Kritz, for inviting me. Yeah, this is amazing. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I would say not many people could say they've been on a podcast, so I really
Yeah.
appreciate that.
This is your time to say it.
Yeah, I would just say, like, if you ever consider quitting your instrument, don't, because I was going to a few years ago, and I'm, like, so glad I didn't, because it really has opened up so many doors for me, and honestly, it's made me better of a person, because I'm more confident now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, music just takes you places.
Well said.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you as well. And I also want to add one thing. When I was in 6th grade, I had like a big struggle with like anxiety. And I just remember getting home every day and music was always like my outlet. So it's like, if you're in a hard time, literally just listen to music or play music. And I guarantee you'll be fine. Maybe get therapy, but who needs that?
Music is therapy.
Music is therapy.
Yeah, there you go. All right,
What about
Alex,
you, Alex?
bring us home.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I mean, like, the band camp, first of all, because I wouldn't be here right now sitting in this chair doing this podcast without the band camp. But I mean, maybe I would be. But
You never know.
But also, this has been really fun, and I definitely do this again.
I think next year we gotta blow the dust off of Elvis tune for Greg here.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring a fire.
I like that. I'm a
I don't
Johnny
think I
Cash
like
fan
to sing
too.
that low though.
Oh, yeah.
I got there.
Hey, speaking of Ring of Fire, have you ever heard Ray Charles sing Ring of Fire?
No, I gotta
Oh,
peep that.
Oh, it's so different. It is out of this world. It is so cool.
Awesome.
It's look it up. Yeah.
All right, I
Yeah.
will.
All right.
And,
I like
Say our
the
favorite
the Vegas versions of Caught in a Trap
yeah,
when he had no constrictions from the
Right.
colonel and stuff like that. It was just funky for days.
yeah.
I can see this band.
I hope this suit don't tear up, baby.
Yeah, I mean, he was.
Yeah.
They were cooking.
Oh yeah,
They were definitely
They
cooking
were
back
cooking.
then. Yeah.
Talk about players. Holy smokes!
Uh-oh.
That's a whole.
That's a
different
whole other
show.
thing.
That's a
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
other show.
yeah.
Well, thanks again, everyone, for coming down,
Thank
sharing your
you.
stories.
Yay.
It's been great. Thanks.
Thank you, brother.
Thank
for,
you.
for getting the crew together. For everyone who's tuned in, we hope you've had just as much fun as we have. And as always, you can find the podcast where you find your podcasts at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Audible, thebuffalohive.com. And of course, you can always find them at rockabillygreg.com, where it's all about the music. And as I mentioned earlier, there's going to be a great flip book on there of pictures of everyone who was part of the show, including the mentors. And I'll have some information. We'll have some links so you can contact the Sportsmen's Americana Music Foundation, look into those scholarships, find out what's going on, keep up to date on next year's Borderland Band Camp. So again, for everyone, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye. In the Flamingo Lounge is made possible in part by CatsLikeUs.com, your online store for authentic vintage clothing and accessories. Buffalo Ironworks, an intimate live music venue and bar located in the Cobblestone District in downtown Buffalo. And by Diamond Hawk Golf Course and Pub, Western New York's premier golf course, restaurant, and banquet facility. At the Hawk, the bar is hopping year-round with live music every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, and some other nights, too. Tune in for a new episode every Saturday at 9 a.m. EST at rockabillygreg.com, where it's all about the music. Bark, Zoe, bark. Good girl.